I'm here with world's most shredded kid, and I'm about to find out how he does it, and also why.
This is Tristan Lee. Already at age 14, he started working out. And at age 15, he looked like this and even joined a bodybuilding show. He blew up online and questions started coming in about how he can look so muscular as a teenager and what his lifestyle must be like. And he's not only one of the most shredded human beings on earth, but he's also known for his insane strength and interesting diet.
I'll be eating his entire diet today. So what are we eating for breakfast?
Got a little bit of heart. We'll probably do a few ounces of it. Of course, we're not doing the whole heart because each cow only has one, so we'll save a little bit of it. And then alongside that, some simple ground beef and eggs, but it'll definitely be interesting for you to try heart for the first time, so.
This is gonna be my first time, definitely.
A lot of people overestimate how disgusting it seems because when you taste it, it just tastes like a really lean steak. So the tongue will be a little bit more interesting for you.
The tongue.
Yes.
We're starting the day off with breakfast.
Can you open a window?
Does this happen always?
If you're not setting off the fire alarm, then you're probably not cooking your food right.
Today will be full of first-time experiences, starting off with meal 1.
Your breakfast, sir?
Thank you so much. What time do you normally eat breakfast?
Usually around 5 a.m.
5 a.m.?
Yeah.
You wake up at 3 to 4 a.m. and then eat breakfast at 5.
Yeah.
It's a very high protein breakfast, so that's nice. I don't see any carbs.
Nope. None of my diet has carbs, so primarily protein and fat.
How would you describe your diet?
I would say it's carnivore, or majority carnivore, 95 to 98% carnivore. Essentially, keto minus the vegetables.
So also no vegetables?
No vegetables. Yeah.
How is that healthy?
Yeah.
How would you explain it?
Well, all the nutrients that your body requires are in meat, especially if you're having organ meats. So, for example, liver is one of the most nutrient-dense meats.
How would you start this diet?
My mom actually got me into low-carb dieting. Been doing keto since I was 13 years old, so my body's very used to it. It's what works for me, though. It's a whole family thing, essentially, at this point, so.
You're eating the heart right now.
Let's try it. First bite.
That actually tastes like steak. I'm gonna finish this meal and hopefully I'll feel good after and also have enough energy because obviously there's no carbs. Let's get a work at it.
Let's do it.
His workouts are also way different than what I'm used to.
Let's see if I can keep up with Tristan Lee. He would not go to this gym if we didn't have 100-pound dumbbells. That's the highest they go. So when did you start working out?
Weight training when I was 14, but I've always been like into sports and stuff. So I started playing soccer when I was younger and then actually lifting, 14, yeah.
And why did you start?
Because I wanted to get stronger for soccer. I was always the shortest kid, so I had to get a little bit stronger and then I got into it.
Not because you weren't happy with your body.
I definitely did have some self-confidence stuff that I wanted to deal with, but that was mostly, yeah, same thing, like I was the smaller guy, so.
How many reps you're going for?
Anywhere from 6 to 12.
I'll just follow you and see where I go.
Tell me if you need a spot.
I'm all right for now. Would you consider yourself strong?
Decently, like I've built my strength up a fair amount.
What is your weight right now?
Like 147. This will be your first working set.
Oh, no. Holy shit, you're strong as shit though. I think I'm gonna go lighter.
Yeah, let's go
I don't
70.
want to injure myself during your video.
Up, push your feet, push your feet, push your feet, push your feet. Drive, 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 drive.
Yeah.
Good. I'm not that strong, he's boosting me up.
He is definitely being humble right now because for his weight, height, and the age of only 20 years old, he is insanely strong.
Come on, Stan. Yeah, control it.
Quite fast, I learned that there was nothing more important than form and controlling the weight every single second.
Crazy.
One
Literally every single second. This hurts.
This is absolutely insane.
Something that was also different from a regular workout routine you'd find online, we only do 2 sets of each exercise.
We'll do 2 sets here. So that's something that I've shifted in my training is that instead of doing a bunch of warm up, you're already warm after your first set, it's the exact same movement. Those sets, I had no more reps. If I put my all into those 2 sets, there's no need for additional sets. It's time saving and it's also better for recovery.
Let's go. Come up.
Up.
Yes. And control down. Oh, did you see that? The movement down, the control movement down. He is literally giving it everything.
When you feel that sticking point on your last rep, keep pushing through it. Keep pushing through it. Keep pushing through it.
And oh boy, these 2 sets are not easy.
All you, everything. Drive, drive, up. Come on, breathe. Drive, finish it. Control. All the way down, control it.
Oh, I can't even control the left one. That's how that was. I challenge myself doing my workouts like crazy. I've never challenged myself this hard doing my first set of an exercise. If it works for you, it works, which is kind of your lifestyle, right? Your philosophy as well.
I think that's how everybody should be though.
In today's world, a lot of people, they want to do what someone else is doing.
It's hard to not look on social media and be like, oh, if that person's doing it, then it must work for me. But it's like, that person's been doing that for 20 years and they figured out that what you're doing doesn't work for them. So you have to go through that same process. And as much as it hurts to hear, it takes longer than a lot of people think, right?
How do you push yourself this hard?
I don't know. Most of the time when I'm lifting, I'm so focused on the technical aspect of it that I don't go to very dark places. I think because it's been instilled in me since I was like 13, 14 years old to just push past those limits.
Come on, come on. God. It always looks painful, which is...
It's 100% painful. There you go.
That's it. So how's your energy right now?
Not bad, pretty good.
How was your energy when you first started doing keto or no carbs?
There's definitely a transition period. Your body's switching fuel sources, so that's to be expected. A lot of people, they don't give it enough time to transition into it. So the first week usually, you'll see a strength dip if you're not having carbohydrates because your body's just not used to transporting fat. For you, like if you're used to having a lot of carbohydrates, obviously it's gonna be more difficult to get a pump, have that strength initially. And then usually after like the 3-4 week mark, you'll start to feel your strength come back.
Oh, fuck.
Come on, drive for one more.
Fuck.
Drive.
Shit. Is it the liver?
That's the liver.
Is that nice?
I don't mind it. I like the feeling you get from it. Probably the only organ meat that you can actually feel more energized from because it's so nutrient dense.
Right after it?
A lot of people do, especially if they do it raw. I don't particularly enjoy it raw, so I just do it cooked. But it is so nutrient dense that you actually have to watch out for vitamin acidosis. Too much vitamins.
Okay.
So for this meal, liver is on the menu. But there's also something else that I've never tried.
What are you gonna do with that?
So here we have bone marrow. I do prefer this raw, personal preference really. Some people like it cold, it's almost like a butter. We'll take a knife and we'll scoop right from the inside of the bone. And then we'll just eat that just like that.
You never eat something sweet?
No, I remember very particularly the one moment where I decided I'm just not gonna have it. I was 13 years old, driving back from Ottawa. I had Squish gummy candies. I said, after this, I'm not having anything more. From there, I never had any sweets.
Which one do you think is most interesting for me to try?
Liver is gonna be the most interesting taste for sure.
Let's start with that one.
Sure, let's do it.
Well, that's so weird. That's not the texture I expected it to have.
Definitely not like the heart.
It's very airy. Like
Yeah.
it's almost like you have to
Every
put
time
no
it's like
force.
a crunch and then just
It's gone. It's a 5. How much time does a diet like this cost? Does it cost more time than an average diet?
I would say definitely less time, especially with the mental process of not having to think about, oh, what vegetables am I gonna cook? What carbs are gonna have? Definitely the simplicity of this diet makes it a lot easier for me to follow, and that's something that I love about it.
So how much do you on average spend on your diet per month?
$600 to $700 Canadian.
I actually thought it was gonna be way more. It's time for bone marrow. I'm kind of scared. Is that normal?
I think it's normal for everyone's first time.
Yeah, true. Like
There you
that.
go.
There you go. Like
That's
that.
that's a good bite.
This tastes kind of sweet. Am I crazy for saying that?
exactly. It's like butter, right? It's buttery, sweet.
It is literally butter. I don't dislike it. I suck with posing and physique and angles. Can you teach me some?
Absolutely, let's do it.
Tristan sometimes wakes up at 4 a.m. to practice posing in the gym.
So, teach me some stuff about posing.
We can start with a hand clasp, since that's my go-to.
Show off the legs. Show off the legs.
Then put your hand in front. Says he's not lean too. Shredded.
Says the shredded man. You used to be 4% body fat,
That was at my leanest, yes, at 4.4%.
and you maintained that pretty well.
Yeah, decently well. That was probably my lowest point, but I maintained that for quite some time, yeah.
Do you think you'll ever get that shredded again?
Oh, for sure. If I'm going into a show, I'm gonna be the most conditioned person on stage.
What body fat percentage are you now?
I would say probably like maybe 9 or 10%.
What are your physique goals?
I hope to compete at some point. I think I was in a pretty dark place mentally for a long time.
Because of the body fat percentage?
Yeah, partially, and then just comparison, like getting into social media at a young age, you compare yourself to others a lot. Definitely in the future, I want to compete. I want to get on stage. I think it's something that I need to do.
What are your goals?
One of the main things that I've been shifting my channel to is documenting some of the stories of others who have gone through crazy adversities. I wanted to find something that sort of gives back to the community the way that people did for myself when I was a young kid. That's just what I love to do, and it's much more fulfilling to be able to help others, inspire others, versus just being so focused on myself all the time, you know?
You're only 20.
Yup.
Where do you see yourself going in the next few years?
The plan is to move down to the States, hopefully base ourselves out of there, work on building our supplement company, and maybe eventually opening up a gym where we can create content. And I know you've got your studio and stuff, so it's a passion of mine if I can create content, do whatever I want, have the full freedom to do so, and hopefully in some nice weather.
So is it now time for the tongue?
It is time for the tongue. It's pretty heavy. I think it's probably like 3 or 4 pounds.
Can I hold that?
Yeah.
This is crazy.
Yeah. So usually I'll do this like twice per month, and it's about 80% fat, so it's pretty fatty.
80% fat.
Yeah. So if you're trying to get a special experience, then you can go for the tongue. So this just goes in here, and it's slow cooking for a while we get the rest of food prep.
Oh.
This is the biggest tongue I've ever cooked, actually.
It's the biggest tongue I've ever seen. Do you ever go out for dinner?
No. Well, only to steakhouses.
What do you order as dessert?
Nothing.
Life without dessert. So how much does one tongue cost?
Tongue is very inexpensive, $4 or $5 per pound. One tongue will last me a month.
My girlfriend is gonna be so proud and also disgusted about this video. She's just proud that I'm cooking, but also just disgusted by tongue.
She's gonna be expecting some home cooking when you get back.
Yeah, I'll make her some tongue. What are we having?
We've got ground beef again, a staple in my diet, as I've said. Got some wild sockeye salmon. And then last but not least, we have some fatty tongue.
How much calories did we eat this day?
So throughout the day, it would have been upwards of 2,800, 2,900 calories.
The ground beef you literally had with every single meal.
Pretty much some form of beef.
How much protein is in this entire diet every single day?
Having 200 plus grams of protein pretty much every day.
That's nice to not worry about the protein. So before I dive into tongue, a lot of people might have the question, is this entire diet not unhealthy, only meat?
I would say that there's no associated health risks with consuming this. Now that's obviously, it's gonna be, every individual is different, so you make sure you're checking with your doctors and you're experimenting for yourself to see what works with you. I never advise any sort of health advice on my channel other than giving my anecdotal experience with every single thing that I've done with my diet. And then if people would like to try that, the associated risks, they obviously have to assess for themselves and see what works for them.
The main question, what we tried to find out, why you do this, and I wanted to ask you why, but I feel like you answered it perfectly throughout the day, because it looks like this is what just works for you.
Exactly.
It makes you hit your goals and you're not lacking anything.
Exactly.
I'm gonna be eating tongue. You think I will like this?
I think I'll be very interested.
Today was very interesting. I would not choose this diet myself, but I respect his philosophy of finding out and doing what works best for you, which is different for everyone. And he pushed me with a different way of working out. I was sore for 3 days. But what's really interesting is that only a few days after we recorded this video, Tristan has made the decision to, after 7 years, introduce carbs back into his diet. And of course, with the reason being, he wants to find out what works best for him right now. And if you want to see an update on that and want me to test his body weight strength, make sure to smash that link and let me know in the comments down below. But this diet, taste-wise, not as bad as I thought it would be.
Okay, I kind of like it. Make sure to check out Tristan Lee, and there will be some content here popping up on his face of his channel, so if you want to check that out, check it out. Make sure to subscribe, smash the link, and hit that bell, and let us know what we should visit next.